Hello and welcome to Alming Owl Yoga. My name is Ruthie and I was not planning on recording a class today because I woke up feeling really awful, like cold wise. Didn't really sleep too well. But sometimes I get stuck in this pattern of when I'm not feeling well physically, of letting that totally take over mentally and being like, I'm not going to do anything today. I will absolutely do nothing. I'm just going to lay around, wallow in my sickness, and hopefully feel better, which doesn't really make too much sense because I never feel better when I do that. I always just perpetuate it and make the sickness last longer. For me personally, I know my mom like swears by, if you're not feeling well, don't do anything. That makes her feel better. But for me, I definitely know that I feel better when I get moving and kind of like fake it till you make it attitude of like, if I pretend that I'm feeling well physically, then I will start to feel well physically. So I just did some yoga and I'm starting to feel a lot better. So I thought I might as well record a class. I might not even post this, who knows, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I have no plan for this class. I'm just gonna see what happens. So let's get started. Let's begin today seated. How about in the middle of the mat? Let's shake it up. Okay, find your seat. It could be cross-legged, could be on your knees, could be with your legs out, you could be standing, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to take a moment to drop in and enter the present moment. So start by just listening, opening up your senses. Notice the thing you can hear furthest in the distance and move closer. It might be really silent. It's very silent for me right now, so just listening to the white noise, the lights in the room. And with your eyes shut, notice what you can see. Open up all the senses. Notice what you can smell. Notice what you can taste. Maybe you just brushed your teeth, or maybe you just ate some lunch. I'm tasting peanut butter and jelly right now. And listen to your breath. Notice what color you're seeing as you focus on your breath. Send your breath to your belly and imagine the color yellow. Bring your attention to the very crown of your head and imagine the color purple. Feel the pulse of the crown of your head. Notice how the breath slows down. Notice how your posture might straighten out a little bit. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Let your shoulders melt down away from your ears. Let your navel be tucked. And let your tailbone root into the ground as you imagine the color red. Just be here. Notice all the thoughts running through your mind. You might have thoughts of changing this video. You might have thoughts that are judgmental. Just notice them. And then come back to your breath. The practice of meditation isn't about just sitting there and thinking of nothing. It's about watching your thoughts, and weeding through them, and then returning to your breath, returning to the present moment. It's very difficult for anyone to just stay completely present. But it's that constant practice of, oh, I'm thinking about my breath, thinking about my breath. Oh, now I'm thinking about how I have an itch on my nose. And then noticing that and coming back to your breath again. Whatever your interrupting thought might be. Just become aware every time you have any thought that's not your breath or this present moment. It takes a lot of practice to stay present. It is worth every moment of it. Inhale, raise your hands up above your head. Feel the side body getting nice and long. And exhale, dip over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dip over to the right. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, plant your hands in front of your shins, roll over your ankles, and come into tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift your hips, come into cow pose. Exhale, tuck navel to spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, cat pose. And then just keep cat-cowing at your own pace, with your own breath, and your own movement. Do whatever feels good. Close those eyes, move inwards, and really listen to what your body is saying to you. Maybe your shoulders are talking, maybe your hips are talking. And just let them know that you hear them. And send your breath to those problem areas. In a neutral tabletop, leave your hips over your knees and walk your hands forward and come into puppy pose. Open up the heart and the shoulder blades. And breathe here. Tuck your navel up toward your spine and roll yourself through, rooting down into your forearms. Coming into cobra. And release. I'm too long for this mat. I love life form, but they need extra long mats. Okay. And come back to the present. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, roll through tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Pedal at the feet. Bend your knees a lot. Lift your hips extra high as they possibly can go. Pull your navel toward your spine. Let your head relax. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Micro bend in the elbows, rooting into the four corners of your hands. Pushing the ground away. And breathe. Slowly straighten out the legs, pedal the feet. And inhale, roll forward, come into plank. Hold plank for 5 of your breaths. And slowly bend your elbows to your ribs. Knees can come to the ground if you need. Chaturanga. Inhale, push up, come onto the tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Up to the top of your mat and step to meet your hands. Come into a half lift. The spine is nice and straight. All the way through the crown of the head. And exhale, release. Grab opposite elbows and hang in ragdoll. Get the hips back, bend the knees, and raise the arms. Come into chair pose. Keep sitting the hips back. Keep pulling the navel in. Make sure that you can see your toes. Your knees are not going over your toes. Bring your arms alongside your ears, or bring your hands to heart center, whichever feels right now. Breathe. Try to get rid of the curve in the low back as much as possible. Then root into the feet. Raise the hands and rise, straightening the legs. And exhale, swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back, plank, move through your flow. Meet in down dog. Inhale, raise the right leg up to the sky. And exhale, stack the hips, point the toe, bend the knee. Keep your shoulders square to the mat and your hips stacked on top of each other. And exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee across the body, left elbow. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, step the foot forward. Drop the back knee, raise the arms. Low lunge. Your left hand to the outside of your right knee. And see if you can reach back, bending the left knee slowly. And grab hold of the left foot if possible. Keep breathing. And release the foot. Inhale, arms rise up. And exhale, shift your weight back, straighten the front leg, come to a half split. Plant the hands surrounding the foot, come up to your back toes, lift the back knee, and then using your core, bring your right foot back and up. And exhale, release the leg. Notice the differences in the sides of the body. And inhale, come forward to plank. Move through your flow, chaturanga. Up dog. Lift the hips, down dog. Inhale, left leg rises up. And exhale, stack the hips, point the toe, bend the knee. Keep those shoulders square, the hips stacked. Keep breathing. And stay here, stay with me. And exhale, bring the left knee to left elbow. Inhale, rise it back. Exhale, left knee, cross the body, right elbow. Inhale, raise it back. Exhale, step the left leg forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, arms rise, slow lunge. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Come up to those back toes. Just see if you can grab hold of the back foot. Keep breathing. It's easy to lose your balance in this pose, so don't feel bad if you're not here yet. I'm only here on certain days. Wasn't here this morning, now I'm here now. Just be patient with yourself. And come forward, shift your weight, straighten the front leg, come into a half split. And frame the front foot, come up to your back toes, hover the back knee, and this time spring yourself forward. Come into a half lift. And exhale, fold. Sink the hips, raise the hands, chair pose. Exhale, stand in mountain pose. Step the feet as wide as your mat, toes slightly pointing out. Hinge at your hips, bring your elbows, your hands in prayer, bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. And then sink your hips back. Come into Malasana squat, yogi squat. Keep your posture tall. Keep pushing your hands against each other, therefore pushing your elbows against your knees, opening up the hips. All corners of the feet are rooting down into the mat. Breathe here. Reach your arms forward and slowly sit yourself back. Bring the soles of your feet together, come into butterfly. Release here. Let gravity take over. Slowly make your way up. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Reach the arms forward and slowly, one vertebra at a time, lower down to lay on your back. Your legs up above their sockets to rest nicely in the hip sockets, the hips being pinned down just by the weight of gravity and the weight of your legs. And then bring your arms up to do the same thing, pinning your shoulders down, resting in their sockets. Just enjoy this weightless feeling being given to your hands and your feet. And grab the outside edges of your feet. Come into half baby pose. And rock from side to side. And bring the soles of your feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. And then take your final shavasana. Your hands to prayer. Your forehead. Give thanks. Reach your arms over your head. Stretch nice and long. And curl your knees and give yourself a big hug. And make your way to your seat. Sit up nice and tall. Feel grounded in your hips and light in your head. Your hands to heart center. Thank you for listening. Thank you to anyone for listening. And I genuinely am sending love and light from my heart to yours. Namaste.